This is the position in Rwanda and Burundi. We talk about them as if we have three different tribes in Rwanda and Burundi. Or now, actually, some of those who outside Africa, we don't even think of two tribes. With three, we think of two. So we think there is a Tutsi tribe there and a Hutu tribe. There aren't. In Burundi, you simply have one tribe, the Barundi. In Rwanda, you have one tribe, the Banyarwanda. Actually, they would tell you now, or in the past at least, they would tell you that they're not even tribes, they're nations, they're a nation. Rwanda is one nation, and that nation is the nation of the Banyarwanda. And in Burundi, you have one nation, the nation of the Barundi. Political problems in Zaire did not start with the Banyamulenge. When did we hear about the Banyamulenge? I think 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Then I heard that the spokesman of the Banyamulenge is somebody called Kabila. But Kabila has been fighting the government of Zaire for the last 30 years. So there is the problem of the Banyamulenge, yes, but there is a purely political problem of Zaire, which will still remain when the problem of the Banyamulenge is over. When the refugees have gone back, when the problem of the refugees can go back. When the refugees have all returned to Rwanda, there is still going to be a problem of Zaire, partly that of the Banyamulenge, but partly a major problem in the country. Gentlemen, thank you very much for this welcome. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for your words and for asking me to make a short introduction to the discussion before us. I make the promise to be brief, but this is not the first time I make that kind of introduction, that promise that I'm going to be brief. And then what happens is that when I begin going, I go on and on and on. So, Mr. Chairman, if you find that I'm going on and on and on, forget the respect. Say, Mwalimu, stop. To some of you, I've spoken, or you have heard me speak on the problems of the Great Lakes. So if what I'm going to say is going to be a repetition, to sound a repetition to some, at least to some of you, nevertheless, I'm going to go over some of those things because it's easier for me to explain to you a little background to the problems that we are now facing in the Great Lakes. First, Burundi. Let me take Burundi and Rwanda together. First, Rwanda and Burundi have in common, apart from the current problems now, have in common the ethnic groupings. Rwanda, as we all must have heard, have people whom they call Hutu, people they call Tutsi, and others we don't hear about called Batwa. Batwa. Hutu, Tutsis, and Batwa. Each one of those countries, both Rwanda and Burundi, have the same type of ethnic groups. Both have Hutus, have Tutsis, have Batwa. My tribe has two, not three. My tribe has the bigger group called the Bairu. You may know that, you may not know that, but Museveni knows it. My group, my tribe has two groups called the Bairu, the first group, the major group, and the second group called the Baturi. Bairu and Baturi. And I say my tribe, because these are groups in the same tribe, of the same tribe. In Rwanda and Burundi, you have three. The large group, the Hutu, who are the peasants. Traditionally, they were the peasants. You have the next large group in both countries around about the same percentage, about 85% Hutu and 15% or 16% Tutsi. Traditionally, the cattle people. And you have a much smaller group, the Batwa, the artisans. So, in occupation, these people were divided. Those who were engaged in farming, those who were engaged in rearing cattle and goats, and the artisans who made the knives and the forks and the not forks, they never made forks, the spears and the axes and the hoes. Three. In my tribe, we have only two. The Bairu and the Baturi. The Baturi in my tribe are the artisans, the makers of spears and knives and axes and hoes. And the Bairu, mainly now we say the peasants. But what has happened in my tribe, that the peasants, the farmers, the tillers of the land, and the cattle people have merged. So we don't have three, we have only two. The cattle people and the tillers of the land have merged. So now we have only two. But we are one tribe, we are not two tribes. We're a single tribe, and I'm emphasizing this for that purpose. I've taken this trouble for that purpose. We're a single tribe, the Zanaki tribe. We're not two tribes, the Bairu tribe and the Baturi tribe. We're a single tribe, the Wazanaki. But in terms of occupation, traditionally, some were, the majority were tillers of the land, and a minority were artisans. This is the position in Rwanda and Burundi. We talk about them as if we have three different tribes in Rwanda and Burundi. Or now, actually, some of those who outside Africa, we don't even think of two tribes. Three, we think of two. So we think there is a Tutsi tribe there and a Hutu tribe. They aren't. In Burundi, you simply have one tribe, the Barundi. In Rwanda, you have one tribe, the Banyarwanda. Actually, they would tell you now, or in the past at least, they would tell you that they're not even tribes, they're nations, they're a nation. Rwanda is one nation, and that nation is the nation of the Banyarwanda. And in Burundi, you have one nation, the nation of the Barundi. I remember in the case of Burundi, where I worked together with Prince Rwagasore when he was founding the liberation movement of his own country, UPRONA. I remember when we worked together, how much I used to say to him that I envied him. Because whereas Burundi was a nation and a single administration before it was